WAOH is brought to you in part by Ohio's #1 trusted real estate team, The Young Team. Online at theyoungteam.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Good Morning Akron. And today I am here with a runner for the Akron School Board, Cynthia Blake. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you?
Oh, I am so great. Thank you so much for asking. Now, Cynthia, I did want to get into your background a little bit. Tell me why you decided to run for Akron School Board.
Well, I wanted to run for the school board because I believe that we need to think of some creative finance, fundraising ways, different revenues to increase besides just on the property tax, get some financial controls under our belt. You know, we've got missing lawnmowers, equipment, better asset management. I'm concerned about the future of Akron. See, because as quiet as it's kept, or people that don't admit, I love our city and I care about our future. I've always been involved a little bit with my hands on the political landscape to know what's going on. And I've ran for other offices, but this is an office that, my spirituality is saying this is where you need to be. It's not what I wanted to always do, but this is where they're saying where I really need to be. And I've been an advocate for children. I'm a youth coordinator for a we're big, a golf organization. We're called Tire Town Golf, and we're getting ready to have a scholarship October the 18th. Yes.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
I belong to other organizations like Council of Negro Women and my sorority, where we have raised money for scholarships. So I am running because I have also 3 grandchildren in the district.
Wow.
I'm 4 generations of attending the Akron Public School system. My mother attended, I attended, and my sisters and brothers, my children, had a daughter that has graduated, and I have 3 grandchildren now that are in APS. My late father, Mr. William Blake, he was a school teacher that taught math at Thornton. It's been knocked down, as well as he worked at South in administration and Garfield High School. And I've had a sister retire as well.
Oh, wow.
But those are the reasons that I am running, because I think we need to focus on those 3 areas. Definitely the finances.
Yeah, of course. So you mentioned that you've been in the game this while. You have kids that are in Akron. You have family that have been Akron. So you would say that you know the city pretty well.
I do.
Yeah?
I would have to say that I do. Don't know everything and always willing to learn. But I just want to go down there and be a support, an anchor to the superintendent, to be supportive of her, to be supportive to other board members. To bring a different perspective to the board of things that we're not seeing. I've been down there within the past year to speak at several of the meetings. I'm not just one of the candidates that's running and really had never even attended a meeting. I've been down there engaging. I write letters on the side to different lawmakers and legislators regarding policies on how I see things that affect our community. I do my own grassroots. In October of 2021, I wrote about redistricting back then and testified at Summit County when they had hearings, because it's our local races that are important. We always focus on the national. And now they're running through our community to say redistricting is important now because we're being told it's important.
Right.
But in 2021, when I was trying to bring an uplift about the redistricting of the Summit County maps, couldn't get any leverage. I wasn't the right voice.
Yeah. Would you say that that is one of your biggest issues that you'd like to resolve coming onto the board and running?
Right. I would like to resolve the fact that we need to be more supportive and we need to care about the kids.
Yeah.
Everything needs to come back to focus on the children. I would like to see them focus on just teaching the children quality education, reading, writing, and arithmetic, and that's pretty much it. And give the teachers the resources that they need to make the classrooms function, as well as any after-school services to all students,
Right.
But that's not what we're seeing. That's not what we're getting. It's too many personal agendas, too many hidden agendas. They say transparency, but it's not transparency. They don't disclose, but then they disclose it at this time. You know,
Right.
you see all the issues that are going on with the overcost runs with the schools over in Kenmore and with North. You know, all these things shouldn't even be happening right now.
Of course. So your goal is to bring the transparency back, to bring that kind of traditional route back into teaching, and to also bring this support to the teachers. And
Exactly. I'm a past PTA president, 2 generations. My mother was a PTA president too, so I learned it from her. And to get these clusters, you know, to get more of the parental involvement, to explain to the parents and the community is kind of very important about what's going on with our school, because we can only be a city of what we produce.
Right.
And I happen to live in the vulnerable area, which is 3rd Ward, whereas the income there is like 30,000 or less.
Right.
So we are and retirees. So we are a community that's the working poor. But we're helping maintain a workforce where over 45% of it doesn't even live in the city. So
Right.
let me say that again so everybody can understand the importance of 45% of that workforce doesn't even live in the city. They work for APS, but they don't even live here, which
Right.
would mean that their disposable income doesn't get spent here. So when you look at policies, because I do study public policies, it's sort of what is going on right now in New Jersey, which they call it ALICE.
Mhm.
It's asset, income, constraints, and employee. So let me make sure I said that: asset, limited, income, constraints, and employed. That's the new acronym that they're using in New
Wow.
Jersey. And what that means is that's a population, and it's a city that they've done a major study that people that live there, but they run the city, can't afford basic needs. So we now have high-rise now costs going with water, more property tax. I don't want to be taxed out of my house.
Yeah, right. And
I don't.
especially in
Right.
the Akron community that you live
If
for.
it's there for raises and things of that nature within the budget, but demanding it all the time
Right.
from the working poor, so people who make only under 30,000 or less, to keep their lifestyles in suburban areas, I just have a very big concern about that. And I
Right.
think that our community needs to take heed and really dive in, as I have, and get more involved.
I know it's hard to kind of sum it down, but if you were to give somebody one sentence as to why they should vote for you, what would that be?
That's not fair to say one sentence. That's not
Maybe a
fair.
few sentences.
Okay,
A slogan, if you could come up with a
Okay, so
slogan.
to give you just a little bit of the background, because did we say that? We didn't ask that first. Then let me answer that.
Okay.
So my background is I have over 35 years out of the finance industry from
Yeah.
successful banks. I was a community lender loan officer. So I helped build this community in different areas, one homeowner at a time. I've helped over 1,000 families become homeowners. I have a strong background of understanding economic development and infrastructures of what it takes to help build communities. I've also been a property manager at tax credit properties. I understand projects, and I've done a lot of small business loans to small businesses here in the community with a concentration or penetration in the minority area.
Yeah.
So whoop.
So maybe you could
I was
sum it
able
down
to get all that out.
You understand, right?
Yes,
You
right.
understand what's
And I understand that some of the symptoms
right.
that are going on in our community right now has a direct link and effect of what's going on with the public school.
Right.
So now, with that being said, what has happened now in this particular race with the 8 candidates, there's 4 seats, has been turned into a political cesspool.
And we have actually heard that from multiple
that's what has happened.
candidates, right?
You know, it's just one party feeling that they want to represent us on the city council, and you want to. It's only one voice that can be heard on school when this is a nonpartisan race.
Right.
So again, it's about not focusing on the children. It's about personal hidden agendas. So to vote for me is trying to let you know that I'm there to protect the interests of the voiceless.
Right.
And particularly my 3 grandchildren and all children that are in the school district. So that's why if you vote for me, that's the voice that I'm truly bringing as an advocacy, and to let you know what really goes on behind the scenes that they don't tell you. This
Right.
is all, like I said, it's a political cesspool with one agenda.
Right.
that won't benefit our children.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
If someone were to want to vote for you, find your social media, if they're looking for
Right.
you,
Here's
where can they find you?
Okay, well, here's my card. And my website is, make no mistake, vote for Blake. It has my email and phone number. They put a lot of things in the Women League of Voters guide. I think it's Vote 411. So I'm very easy to find. So reach out to me. Again, make no mistake, vote for Blake.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Cynthia, for taking the time to come here.
I appreciate you letting me come.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Of course.
All
And
right.
thank you guys so much for listening. You know, we appreciate the support. Again, that was Cynthia Blake running for Akron School Board. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you right after this.
Okay.